This is the second, our second recorded meeting. Recorded meeting. This is the second recorded meeting of all of us getting face to face together. We're going to go over the lesson plan that we have roughly made, and we're recording on the laptop. So the laptop will be turned to faces as people have stuff to say. Great. Okay. All right. So, do we want to wait a little bit longer for Holly, or do you think should we go ahead and just start talking?
Yeah, I think that's fine.
Okay.
She works till 7.
Yeah, she's on her way. Okay. So we're gonna change the. Let's start with the engagement. Do you all like the introducing the vocab with the beach balls? Okay, perfect. We can get them from a dollar store. Yeah, there you go.
Yeah. Okay. And then we'll make like a vocab list of all these.
Yeah.
Because like some of them
We'll have like cheat sheets for ourselves.
Okay.
So those are the vocab words that we came up with. Were there any additional ones you wanted to add, being the math people?
I think we added one.
Okay. Oh, perfect. You already got it in there. Good. And then.
Yeah. Variable. So they know like X.
I'm gonna unhighlight this then.
Holly's idea.
No.
She said that we could write the definitions on like a poster board or something, and then post it so that way they can look at it throughout the class.
I like that we can add that at the bottom. I'll put that in there really quick. So we could do it like an anchor chart. Is that what you said?
That's what it's called.
Okay. You're fine. Okay. Terms and definitions will be posted thanks. Yeah, just get typing. It's a mess. I know how to spell. It's just my fingers move faster than my mind. Okay, so I'm going to read over it all one more time. Those are our vocab words. 2 beach balls with the vocab words. Students toss the balls around. And also, we did mention at the top that they're going to be split into 2 groups led by 3 teachers each so that we can cover more words quicker. Students toss the ball around, music playing, and whatever their right thumb or just any random finger you choose touches, they say that word and they state what they think it means. And then we open it up to class discussion, see if anyone wants to add it to the definition. And then after we've created the definition as a class, we say introduce the actual definition. And then at the end of it all, after doing the whole thing, we'll bring it back to whole group, and Zoo is going to introduce all the definitions and the anchor chart. She'll pull it out and be like, howdy. Here you go. Okay. Oh, that's
one online.
Perfect. That works great. I was just thinking, that's actually a really good one. What if we talk to Titan? Not Titan. What's his name? Tyson. I'm sorry. He's gonna watch this video and hate me. What if we talk to Tyson? Since he is a music major, he might have a lot of good attention getters that maybe have to do with music, and he can add. Do we want to add that little note there and like talk to him? Yeah. That'd be a good way to incorporate that music. I'm gonna highlight all the notes we have for Tyson in red, and I'm gonna have him come back and look through them. Okay, great. Mm-hmm. Yeah, I have a name badge.
For the students?
Oh, no.
Okay. She's talking about for the students.
Yeah.
Like, so we don't have to call them, like, you in the blue shirt. Like, should we have them make name tags? Something she asked.
That's smart. I like that. Well, we could just bring the materials and have them write their own name and stick it on their chest. I have name badges actually. Yeah, I have a whole bunch. Probably like a couple hundred, as weird as that is, but I do.
That or just like construction paper.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, that'd be fun. Okay. Great. So the engagement is good. Exploration. Kahoot. We want to keep the Kahoot. We don't want to do the. Where do we have that? Did we already delete the music or the? Okay, good. Will you also delete any materials we needed for that from up top? So with Kahoot, we're gonna have to make sure to give them lots of time for the problems because they're not in like maybe we could add in some more higher order questions like instead of just saying like here's the problem and here's a small question like sorry I'm just thinking out loud.
If we added more higher ones under the explanation.
Mm-hmm. Oh good.
Like
Oh yeah. Didn't we have a list of questions somewhere too, Lizzie? It's gone.
The part where you had for us to add questions?
Yeah.
That's where we added under explanation.
Oh, they're right there. Okay, I don't know. I'm sorry. I saw the 3, 4, 6, 4, and I was like, oh, that's the math part. I didn't read the music part. I'm sorry. Okay, great. Yeah, they're right there. Perfect. Yeah, so let's just read through the exploration really quick, make sure we're all feel comfortable with that, and then we'll go on. So they'll do Kahoot questions. We need to come up with the, well, we don't have to come up with the Kahoot questions right now, and that can be during that final meeting after they do the revisions and stuff. Then we can, when we're getting our materials together, we'll make it then. Partner work. 4 counts. I'm a little confused. It says, so we have the section that says partner work, and then below it says music vocab whole group. Should that be moved to explanation? Because that's not necessarily the exploration. I think I'm gonna move that down. I think we just might have put that in the wrong spot, something maybe. So before the explanation. So we need to find a way to put those counts in with one-step equations. Because right now it's almost like we're teaching one-step equations and counts in music. But we need to, yeah, it's not, we need to find a middle ground. I don't understand counts at all. Does anyone here know music? Maybe we should get rid of the counts. I feel like that's a little too much into music.
How we involve music. Okay. We were just trying to find a way to involve music concepts. Yeah.
In our engagement part. So music, yeah, it is. So like, It's like you
I know Holly knows a bit about it. She was originally like gonna be a music teacher, I guess.
Oh yeah,
And she
that's
changed,
cool.
So
Half a beat.
half a beat.
So it's 2 beats in one measure.
So yeah. So if you want
So
to have 2 of them,
I'm just thinking that that's going to be a little too much.
they'll know it.
The students, well, I know, but I know that I bet they can pick up on it quick, but it might just, it's not like it's that a little bit, but it's almost like we're teaching this math lesson, but for some reason all of a sudden we stray off and we're going to go talk about counts, but then we're going to come back to the math. And I feel like that's going to be itself pretty unstructured, and I feel like the students are going to be kind of confused by what our goal is, yeah, and our objectives are. And I don't want to make them confused because that can in itself
Yeah, I know.
just mess the whole lesson up. So I do think that we need to incorporate something of music other than just playing music in the background. I just don't think we need to go into elaboration of this is a whole note, this is half a note, this is an eighth of a note.
Well,
I am so sorry.
they should know if they've done choir, if they've done band, this is already.
Yeah, but what if they don't? Because I don't even know this stuff.
yeah, I don't either.
No. I took music classes in elementary school, but there's no way in
took
heck I
music
remembered it and brought it back to my
appreciation,
general
which
ed.
is- Yeah.
Maybe instead of teaching them the meaning of all the beats,
Yeah.
we just teach them what a beat is. And you could use the beats in the one-step equations. Maybe we can do the beats to solve an equation. Oh, that's fine. Yeah. No, but I'm probably never gonna learn it. Thanks for trying. It's okay. We don't need to understand it.
Well then, and also in music, why do we need the time signature / meter?
That was originally something Tyson put in. Yeah. Because we still had this in here.
Yeah.
So what do you think about the idea of us solving maybe so like that 3n equals 9. I'm horrible at math, so please don't hate me if I mess this up. The 3n equals 9. What if we do, okay, let's put it into beats, so like a steady beat and you do 9 beats. You say, can you guys count how many groups of 3 I have in here? And every time you hear a group of 3, raise a finger. So 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 2. And that would kind of solve it. And they'd be like, oh, well, there's 3 groups in that set of 9 beats. And so that can be where we incorporate the meaning of beat and the definition of it. Would that work? And we can kind of keep that focus around like using that. What is that something that we're comfortable with?
So change everything more to beats rather than like counts.
Yeah, because he doesn't. I don't know. I don't know. Okay. I'm gonna add that in here, kind of. Also, just a heads up, Holly, we are recording. Don't get spooked. Okay, so I'm gonna say music integration. Oh, I hate when you hit tab on this thing and it moves you to a whole box. No, just do like maybe beats and a measure. You can say like, okay, you can introduce me like a measure is like a group of beats. So we're gonna show you all. Yeah, so like let's look at this 9 as your whole group. So in this group, how many beats can I break up into groups of this many? within my measure.
But those words are gonna be on that speech ball too.
Yeah, so let's change the music vocab to measure and beat. Are the two words that they need to know, nothing else. Measure and beat. And I will try to find a time with Tyson where at least maybe one of us can meet with him and just run over stuff because I know he's got a pretty crazy schedule. No, he had a gig or something he had to get to. hmm Music integration.
Because I know this will probably count for we that makes
Of a beat and a measure. We can look at the sum as the total measure and the grouping within the one-step equation. Sorry, I talk out loud in case I'll just shut up. My bad.
some of these things we have to turn this
I'm gonna message him right now.
And wanna like make that make that a comment instead, maybe? Side comment thing.
And just say that, yeah.
So that way it's not on there when we turn it in.
Okay, I just sent him a text, so he should be. Hopefully, he'll figure that out. How many groupings of 3 can we make in 9 steady beats? Keep a steady beat. Hands.
And should this music integration thing, should we do that before we do the Kahoot? So we can all focus on the Kahoot that asks about the beats. Or should we move that up to the vocab?
I think we should move it before the Kahoot, the partner work and the music integration. So that,
Speaking of partner work, I think these questions could just be Kahoot questions
yeah, that works fine.
instead.
Yeah, so we could say partner work / Kahoot. And then we can talk about music integration. We'll move that, and then we could say an introduction maybe to stuff and be like, so we're going to talk about one-step equations. And then I want you all to kind of like, you could be like, you can kind of like talk about, well, that's what we talked about in the first part. Never mind. We're good. Sorry. Okay, so that. Yes. Well, hold on. That student explanation should precede the introduction of terms. That, what is that from? I think that's just a description of this. Yeah. Yeah. We need to adjust those too. If you want to just delete the questions and just leave music questions, and then we'll know to add in some.
So are we doing music integration under exploration?
Yeah, because it's going to be kind of like just a little intro of what
Okay.
beats means, or not. So we're not going to use it as a way to teach just beats. Beats are going to the beats and measures are going to be kind of like indirectly taught. We're going to be learning about one-step equations. So if I do this, how many groups of three can you hear? And so that's going to be the introduction to that, and be like, great. So now we're going to give you a chance to do that. Here's Kahoot.
And if also we could use some with like audience interaction too.
Uh huh.
That's also in our separations.
That would work too.
You
So
would always put like this. Like the notes here, it's like this is what's happening. Plus blank would equal. Does that make sense? And you can always, you don't have to like use the actual like notes thing. If that makes sense, you could just make circles.
or yeah.
I like this because then this represents like
Yeah.
Okay, so we can write that out now. I just made some bullets. If you guys want to add maybe one that you think of, we could do like two or let's do like three. So one was how many groups of three do I hear in 9 beats? And then that's where I'm going to put. And then you can write down how it's going to be represented in parentheses afterwards.
put oath plus like the blank equals.
It's a lot of those.
For like the notes, you know what I mean.
The one who was open was Sunday he was overthinking a lot and he thought he got more in depth to talk about each of the notes and how each of the notes were this and this and this and this. I'm like, I don't think like
It's like our teacher told us that we're the lead content area, like the lead one is tested.
yeah, but it's also co-teaching. So it's not like no, I'm not saying that we're gonna take it up. It's just
They're just saying that.
Content
Yeah.
specifically is
Yeah, which is
more
what we're
based
trying
on
to do.
math.
So we're going to use the beats after, like within the integration
Yeah.
of the math itself.
Yeah.
Okay, what's another one? So we have a auditory representation, a visual, maybe we have a tactile and kinesthetics, maybe we could have them stand up and stomp their feet. And then they could be, yeah, yeah. We could say, give me another equation. I'm focusing on 3n equals 9.
For multiplication on
Or whatever you think we need to cover before they get into Kahoot.
I don't know,
Okay, great. So we could say, we could say jump, maybe not stomp, because stomp would be like 1, 2, 3. So we'll do jump. Yeah. What is happening? I'm gonna back up. Sorry. And then say, if you stomp 10 times, because this is the prompt we're going to be giving them. Could say, if you stomp 10 times, how many groups of 5 are within those stomps?
Oh, now we got zeros.
What is happening? Oh, those are the groups. Okay,
Yeah.
I got it.
Yeah.
I was like,
You made it right the question.
yes, please. Yeah. Okay, so you only have 4 zeros there. Well, you only got 4 of them, so I'm gonna add. Okay. Yeah, so you need to say,
5 and 4.
yeah.
It was super.
Okay, and so we're going to say next behind that prompts students to stand Okay, great. So
And we can just do one more.
okay, great. Yeah, if you want to add one of those, I'm just going to talk about the transition into Kahoot. Thank you.
Which how can groups and maps be related to measures and music? Does that make sense?
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
I think those are relatable. And if they have problems understanding that question, we can kind of try and the other one's just how can music be related?
I don't know where I'm typing.
Sorry, I keep like turning it. I don't. I feel like she's gonna watch this video and just see a whole bunch of weird faces of mine. 14 means okay, so yes, because those are examples we'll use on Kahoot. Okay, so if you all are comfortable with it, read through. Let me know. What do we think? Or not me. What do we think of the exploration? Because that's, I think it's done after this last question has been finished.
X or would represent the variable when you're solving one set of questions.
Got it.
Yeah. So I think these probably go pretty fast because most kids know easily, like if you have 5 and you need 7, how many more do you need? 2. But now we're going to take that and make that variable.
We actually have a couple. We've been incorporating them multiple ways. What do you mean? What's the one you're thinking of?
Box. Does that make sense? There's a box in there. Lesson plan that says differentiating strategies to meet diverse learning needs. V-School up top.
There should be a box.
Oh, got you. That's exactly what it is right there. I'm just gonna re-put it. Okay, got it. They're all in there. And I don't think we need more to list out more. That covers all of our bases, I feel like. It literally, I tried to fix this and it goes, did you mean oh? So that's in the dictionary? It's another thing I'm just never gonna learn. Great. We can move on. Check another one off. Explanation. That's going to be pretty easy because we already got those questions. So individual small.
I'm thinking we're gonna be split up into small and then sort of have this like talk with your partner time and like post like one question at a time or something like you and then I'll be like you start like a table group and then make sure that what they're talking about is
I'm kind of adding exactly what you just said into here. Yeah. Sorry, split. Thanks. It's supposed to be split each into each of the split to each of the groups. Okay. So I said groups of 4 or 5. We don't know the class size yet, but we'll just do it by ear when we get there. And then each teacher, I know there's 6 of us, but we'll just go to at least there's one in each group, and then we can all have these questions printed off and then be like, hey, what you think? Yeah, we could do that. That would work. Or we could have them get out whiteboards. Would be another thing if you guys wanted to do that. So we don't have to go through making a PowerPoint and hooking up and everything. Oh, smart. Okay, great. Yeah. That's all right. Let's do that then. I'm gonna put that on there. Groups ask the following process needed. And that we're not going to have them write down the answers. I mean, with the math, they'll obviously kind of like sketch with it, but they don't have to answer it as like and write down the answers to the questions because it's not the assessment. But instead, we're going to prompt them to discuss it instead. How you doing, Zoo? Are you still comfortable with your questions for English? Yeah, pretty much. Yeah. Are you good if I delete these comments?
Yeah.
Okay. Oh. Oh wait, I'll wait for those. And I thought they were on the explanation. And then we'll just sorry. Okay. Yeah, she's making the PowerPoint real quick and then we'll get on to that. While she does that, I'm gonna send the camera so that she sees out everyone's here. And Zoo. We're missing Tyson.
Do you all know what the game around the world is? I have not heard of it. I haven't heard of it. Okay. I was explaining it to Adrian the other day, whenever we were talking about this. So, say this is a card that says 3x plus 4 plus 2 equals 10. And the teacher holds it at the front of the room,
And our first student,
Yeah.
What grade are we doing again? Seventh, okay. Okay, do we want to just scratch the musical chairs thing then? Because that sounds like it could be fun. I like that.
Yeah.
Yeah, we kind of thought of that, but we didn't have any of the math ones. We're like, what does this mean? We're more than happy to change that, yeah. That's fine. Let's rephrase it then. Okay, so should I delete the whole thing because it just talks about the musical chairs. Okay. Students will play a game around the world.
No.
We don't need as many modifications for the band part and the math and music part because it is content focused in math. So okay. There we go. I have the general list. Do you want to put like kind of the directions to the game on that first bullet there? And in the directions, if you want to add like if it says, oh, and ask them a question, put like a prompt of the question maybe, and prompts. How you doing, Zoo? I'm gonna go ahead and delete the evaluation as well because it's based off of the collaboration, previous one. Go ahead. Did you have any ideas for the evaluation? If we're doing around the world, I'm trying to think of ideas we could do for evaluation. I always love, I'm biased towards exit tickets. Do you guys know what those are? Yeah, perfect. They're so much easy. They're so easy. Okay. Yeah. Okay. I like that. Okay, so I'm gonna say evaluation. Okay. Um, Not really. I mean, we can if there's 6 of us and like logistically in the classroom, we can have one teacher work on that. But if we're all trying to incorporate our own parts, that can be a little more difficult. So we're just gonna say assessment will be completed off of um, participation and behavior, not behavior. We can do, we'll do the exit ticket, but we'll just say that complete off participation and we'll say participation and exit ticket. Yeah. Yeah. And we can incorporate music into the exit ticket by saying, um, how else could you show us, or how could you show this one-step equation? And they could write down clapping or stomping or be like something like that. Or maybe they might do a visual picture as well, but at least it opens up the floor to that music integration. Math. Yeah, if you can, that'd be great, just so that we can have it like as detailed as possible. Also, so I can understand it better whenever I look back at this later. Math one set of equations. It'll be a summary of those equations. Yeah. Yeah. There we go. Yeah. Would you like to put the few, like 4 or 5 questions on the in the evaluation of those of math questions you would ask? Yeah, just like an equation, and then we can put. I put in that thing above that will prompt them to solve it and show it.
Should we do like 3 one-step equations and then like 1 two-step equations?
Yeah. And we could say that our last thing.
2 one-step, 2 two-step.
Well, we could do. Honestly, I think that the 3 1-step and then 1 2-step would probably be best because that way we can evaluate them on. We can say our evaluations on that 4-step scale, where it's like 4 is exceeding learning, 3 is reached, 2 is like needed or needs improvement but close, and 1 is needs help. And we can say that our assessment is completely based off that scale. So if they at least get the 1-step equations done and they solve all those correctly, they reach the objectives for the lesson. If they solve all 4, they reach an excelling scale. Does that make sense? Okay. It's kind of so. I don't know if you guys have heard anything about the newer grading scale. You all went through high school with A through F, right? Like you would get a grade on the test, or like in the grade book you have an A, B, C, or D, or F, right? The state of Missouri is going to be changing it to this scale, is what I've been hearing, and most schools have already adjusted to it already, So it's your grade on the grade book will now be 1 through 4, and 3 and 4 are passing. 2 and 1 are needs help. So if we say we have 4 questions and 3 of them are based off of our objective, and the 4th one is over the objective, that would be answering that 4th question. Does that make sense? I hope I'm not just speaking gibberish. Okay. Yeah.
Which is really fun to explore.
So I noticed your note up here, so I'm going to go ahead and put time limits on everything, and we're going to make sure.
Yeah. 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 How do I do it? I have to have the visual before.
I think so, yeah. Whoever wins.
Sorry,
Like, so like if she wins, I would sit and then she would start back over at the first
I win, I win the whole game. And I only had to do 1 question, which is kind of unfair.
one. Yeah, they can go to the next person. I think it should be like a circle, there should be like a starting, or like you have to like make it back to your seat.
Make it,
Yeah.
making it back to your seat would be probably the least fair.
Maybe like depending on how big the class is, make it go faster.
So let me check this out. Okay, so one of my last things, because I'm horrible at this, you go through and make sure that those times I'll add the 90 minutes that I put in the 5 stages. I keep doing it in my head and I get it, but you know, education, it's rough. And do all those times look efficient? Like, do you guys think they look enough time and stuff for everything? Yeah, let's do it too. You want to do 15 and then we'll do the evaluation as 10? Or we can leave that in. Yeah. Yeah, I just did that. Perfect. Okay, great.
And then just don't forget like attention
We could do that. We could have name tags too, so that they see it better.
Oh, and then saying our expectations.
Yes. State
Just
the
like
roles and expectations.
general, like, I know one student in our class said, like, when she subs, she just says, like, I respect you and you respect me, and that's her expectations, because she's only going to be there for, like, one day.
Yeah.
It's hard to create, like, all these
All these
rules.
expectations. Like I really just feel like you saying
Introduce
like
selves.
respect me, respect me, and I respect you. But I also think that we have the same expectations our teacher has for you. We would like to see the same. I like that.
I don't respect. Okay, respect us and
We'll respect you.
I don't know if we should say we will respect you if you respect us because we should respect them at all times. I don't like kid spits on me. I'm not gonna spit on the kid.
Oh yeah.
The same as yeah,
Definitely respect
yeah. Follow.
you. Yeah.
Perfect. Okay, great. So we have that engagement. Lizzie, do we have to turn this in as well? Or what module, if it's available? Yeah, at the bottom. Oh, yeah, so we submit our rough draft by the November 10th, and she's going to give us feedback. Got it. Uh-huh. Thanks. Okay, so I'm going to go through really quick and read off what we need for each part of the lesson plan, make sure that we have all the materials as we go through. Beach balls with labels, vocab cheat sheet for us, anchor chart with vocabs, with the vocab and terminology and stuff. Access to computer for Kahoot. Scratch paper and pencil if they want to work on things. Access to projector for PowerPoint. And obviously more scratch paper, but we have that. And then what materials will they need for around the world? Note cards with. Okay. So we can add big flashcards with equations. Yeah. Yeah.
Not but like the beach ball vocab.
For sure.
Yeah.
Exit ticket with equations. And then that's all that there is.
Yes.
So we're gonna have that done here.
Okay. Oh, I just realized I'm picking myself the whole time. Sorry, this is weird now, but I wanted to.
Turn it towards us.
Yeah, a little bit because it's been staring at my forehead.
Yeah. From what our teacher says, like whatever two like From what we've been told. So,
Sorry, randomness there.
is everyone comfortable? I love it.
I feel a lot more comfortable now than I did probably
Sunday night.
Sunday night 3 weeks ago.
I love our listen. I think that everything's gonna work out really well. Yeah. Yeah. Yeah, could we add maybe vocab terms at the end of the talking about for the exit ticket? Yeah. Yeah, because you need to be able to evaluate English as well. Thank you for bringing that up. Yeah, so we could say like write down 3 of the vocab words you learned today.
Yes,
Definitions.
yes.
Yeah, so if
Perfect.
someone wants to add that.
I don't know if I just, no. Adrian scrolled down there faster than I did. Mm-hmm. And then I can delete all this stuff. Yes. And we don't need the games. I'm going to keep that there, that game link there, just because that's where I got the beach ball game from. Yeah, I don't know how it's going to work with you guys trying to get a hold of price and everything to do that. I just need to print this twice in total. Because all of our names are on there.
I'm gonna submit it now.
I'm gonna submit mine now as well.
We're just getting feedback on it, so I'm gonna go ahead and submit that now. I'm turning. Let's just each turn our own. Yeah, that's what I do, honestly. Yeah. I'm gonna till the end just because I want to be safe. Or you could not.
Let me submit this and we're gonna talk about if we need to do anything else and just wrap up this video. If that's cool with you guys, I'm sorry. What's live tonight? What are you watching? Why are you watching it live?
I'm getting this recording.
So like half of this is like Yes, so but half of it's like animation, and the other half is like the live of it with the person that played Moana. Mrs. Lynn, don't judge.
Okay, so while she's praying that, I guess we can go ahead and just wrap up the video. I don't think she had any concerns. Anybody have any concerns about our lesson plan or want to talk about any more?
Yes,
Happy
we're
kids.
good. Sounds like it.
All right. Oh, we're